Hello and welcome to James Hennon on YouTube. Today I've decided to make the reversed meaning for the Hermit, which is card number 9 of the Major Arcana. Again, I'm using the Rider-Waite pack to depict this meaning. But before we dive into the reverse meaning, let's have a look at the upright meaning. Well, if you receive this card in the upright position, we know that the Hermit talks about looking within and looking deeper into situations that we may be struggling to find answers for. And it sort of illustrates the quest that we go through to put light on something that is hidden or doesn't make sense, and we have to really go within ourselves to sort of go deep enough to find the answers, to shed that light and to find a more hopeful way forward for ourselves. So that's just a brief recap. So in reverse, this card can symbolize, well, two basic meanings really. The first being that it proves a sort of period where, although we're looking at things, we're not finding the answers. It proves that the answers are eluding us and that they're very difficult, or perhaps that we're not looking in the right places to find the answers, or perhaps we're not looking deeply within enough to actually find what we need to find, and that we're having trouble ultimately solving and figuring out the problems that we may be facing, and ultimately not having the ability to find the clarity to get the understanding necessary for what we're facing or experiencing. So this is about struggling overall with sort of establishing the truth of a situation that may have been sort of troubling us or bothering us for quite some time, something that can't be understood with logic, sort of everyday logic. So it's something that we do need to feel as well, because the Hermit can sort of stand for a soul-searching period. So in reverse, it would mean that we're not really getting in touch with our true self to find the answers. We're perhaps looking in the wrong areas, or we're just confused and struggling to actually find the way to the truth that we seek. The card can also, in this position, can also mean that we've become too isolated, or enjoying our own company too much, and maybe cut off from the outside world, maybe wrapped up in our own activities and comfort zones, and not really interacting with people very much, and not really interacting with the activities that we used to interact with. So it can also symbolize that you perhaps are cut off and spending too much time in solitude, that you're not actually interacting with the outside world as much as you would normally do. This can be symbolic of somebody who may have low mood or depression, or going through difficulties in their life, and they've got to the point where they started out looking for answers and then got so wrapped up in it, perhaps they decided to sort of stay within that position, and ultimately, as I say, got cut off more and distracted from the sort of outside world, including friends and families and the activities that they used to like. So it has that, both of those kinds of meanings. It's not generally a bad card to get in a reading. The Hermit upright is a passive card, and in reverse it's a passive card. So it's more about upright, it's about we're figuring out where we want to go, and we're getting in touch with our feelings and trying to put light on a situation. In reverse, it just means that we're struggling to put light on a situation. We're a bit distracted, perhaps not focus as much as we could be on our the deeper part of our knowing and how we can connect with things. And also it can mean, obviously, as I said earlier, that as I've just said, we could be distracted or disconnected from the things that we usually enjoy, and maybe spending too much time alone. So that's the Hermit card. I hope you find it helpful. Of course, there are other meanings that could be attached to this. This is just a basic outline to give you an idea. Your intuition would obviously need to assist you further when you're doing a reading, because it would depend on the question that is being looked at, in the context also of where it comes in the spread. But that's just a basic outline, which I think gives quite a lot for you to start off with, and then you can obviously add your own meanings to it and your own keywords as you progress. So if you've enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up, drop a comment below if you've enjoyed it, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.